For the money, it's really hard to beat Magpul. And I'm going to be attaching one of the UBR or utility battle rifle stocks to one of my new lowers that I just assembled. And I've been waiting for a while to get this one. This is their premium collapsible stock, and it is a beast, which I love. This is in the olive drab version. You get hardware, full instructions, and you get one of the really cool Magpul decals. One of the beautiful things about the UBR is it's more like a fixed stock rifle. You have your adjustment right here for different positions, and just pull it back and it locks into place. And it's a really super stable platform. The extension receiver tube places just like your standard rifle extension tube, except it's about carbine length. So you also have this cheek rise right here to give you a lot of comfort and to be able to acquire your sight easier. It comes with quick release attachments here and here. The QD sling attachments can also be changed to the other side to make this ambidextrous. And you have a place right here for a sling if you choose to mount it that way. It has a nice solid rubber butt pad. It has a little trap door for storage. You will need a carbine length buffer spring and buffer. Then of course, with the standard parts kit, you're going to already have your retainer pin and retainer spring, and you're also going to have your pivot pin spring and detent. Those should be into place. Now the tube slides out, and we're going to need to mount that first. So let's go ahead and mount this to the lower. Place your extension receiver tube to the rear of your lower and just go ahead and turn it into place. Once you meet resistance, the resistance is right here on your buffer retaining pin. So we're going to push that, depress it down, and then continue to turn. We're going to take our Tapco Armorer's wrench, and right here is a place to be able to lock this down. Of course, you can do this with a regular wrench. The instructions say 35 pounds, 30 to 35 pounds of pressure to hold this into place. It also says to not use Loctite when securing this down. Next, we're going to remove the receiver extension housing off. So you want to go ahead and pull the adjustment lever all the way back, pull this section off, and then while you're still retaining this in the last position, push in where it says preset. Push that in, and then it'll go forward one. Again, push in your lever, and then right here it says to remove. Hit that, and then it moves forward. Otherwise, it's locked into place. And that's just an added security to keep this together. Next, we're going to go ahead and add on that cheek piece. Now, before you attach this, of course, you have your takedown spring right here, and you're going to need to make sure that the takedown pin is functioning, which it is. And then we just push it. Make sure not to bind that spring. It's recommended to use a soft mallet if you need to set this into place. You're going to want to make sure this is nice and flush with the rear of the receiver. Next, we're going to take this screw that's provided, place it in the back of the extension receiver tube, and then just tighten it down. We're going to pull back on the adjustment lever all the way to the rear, and then mash the remove button in, place it on the stock. That'll lock it into the first place. Then pull that latch again, and this time go to the preset on the other side, and then it locks into place. And again, we're going to use a carbine length buffer. I'm going to add a little bit of grease, which I like to do. It quietens down the spring action. Then just enter in your buffer spring like you normally would. Pop it into place. You're all good. The UBR can also be used with AR-10 rifles in .308. You want to make sure though that you have the correct buffer spring. You want to check all attachment points, make sure that it is functioning correctly. That is a really sweet stock system. The cheek piece can be removed and adjusted into 3 different positions. There are 4 set screws. You just go ahead and take them off. Sliding it back, you can find your 3 different adjustment points, and it's also in the back too. So this gives you a stable platform. You can move that cheek piece out And that's according to your mission, what you're doing. So it just makes it fully adjustable. I personally like it in the forward position because I like to ride my nose right up to the charging handle. But this does make it a neat little option. Now with it adjusted back to the full position, you're just going to have more of the base right here, and then pulling it out, it just brings it out. This will lessen the adjustability of the stock. The storage compartment door can be moved over to the other side, or it can be removed altogether to give it a more skeletonized look. Just remove the 2 screws. Here it is with the storage compartment removed. It comes with a set of smaller screws to replace the larger screws that are holding the storage compartment in. So you can place these smaller screws in to give it more of a finished look. Yeah, I really like that. I think I'm going to leave it. Here you can see the retaining pins right here that hold the stock into place. And I'll tell you, this is really some strong adjustments. And here we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 adjustments are a preset. And right here is a preset screw. And that means when I pull the adjustment lever, it's going to go immediately all the way back, if I hold it, to the 5 position. If I want to set it to another preset, so I want to make the stock a little smaller, every time I pull it out, it's going to hit, let's say, the 3 mark. Just take your set screw and move it to the position 3. There is an extra screw right here at 1 in case you lose it, or you can set up a second preset on your rail system. So you can pull it back immediately to the 1 position, hit preset again, and it'll take it to the 2nd position. Just remove the preset screw at 5, and then we're just going to replace it at 3. Now when I pull my stock out, it's going to stop in the 3 position every time. So that's going to be very consistent. So if I want to adjust it, again, I can just remove the preset screw, go all the way out to 5, and be able to pull it out. Now let's say I've got it preset to 3, and I want to move it on out anyway. Well, then I hit the preset, hit my lever, and then it goes all the way and extends to the farthest position. One of the biggest advantages of the UBR is, even when it's in the out position, it is stable as a rock. There is no movement from the buffer tube to the upper receiver, 0. Here we have a Mo stock, and it just wiggles. It just has some play in it, and that's inherent with the collapsible stocks. The CTR has the little clamp, and it does help, but it's still going to have some slight wiggle. So you're getting a rock solid platform, and this really allows you to get superior accuracy because you're keeping a very constant cheek weld. But one of the criticisms that's going to come with the UBR from a lot of AR users is the weight. And while that's a criticism, it's also something that balances the rifle better. It keeps your rifle from being top heavy. It balances it out. The UBR weighs 1.46 pounds. That's about 1.5 pounds. While the standard Mo stock weighs 0.5 pound. So you're almost adding a full 1 pound to your rifle. But then again, you're going to have more balance, more stability in your rifle. The rubberized butt pad can be changed to different thicknesses offered by Magpul. Also can be removed altogether if you don't want this rubberized butt pad. And all you do is remove the screws here, and then there are 2 tabs here and here that you collapse in, and it just pulls a spring-loaded piece out. So it's real simple to do, but really I like this, and because it's so versatile, to me it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But because this rifle is made to be very mission specific and to suit any kind of need, that is another option. The UBR comes in black, field dark earth, foliage, olive drab like this one, and then the new stealth gray. The retail price at the Magpul website is $265. Typically on a lot of online sources, I've been finding them around the $250 range. The PTS, which is the practice stock, more for your airsoft rifles and airsoft training, those run about $70. So if you find a UBR for a very low price, that's typically the practice stock. And it's not going to give you the same features that it will for your main rifle. So go to magpul.com to check out all the specs and all the different stocks. And I think you'll find that the UBR, even though it is the most expensive collapsible stock, it is the most versatile, and really it's one of the best stocks on the market. Be strong, Be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now just enter your buffer spring. There you go. You can usually find this on the street for about $2.50. I don't know what street you're going to be looking on, but if you do find them on the street, you know, that's a great way to pick one up. Yeah, run out on the street and pick up your Magpul Uber. They're everywhere.